for gender, social protection, and culture. I will also want to welcome our nominee. Welcome.
Thank you.
Feel free. And I believe you will be okay being with us here today. So, honorable members, let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of the leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. So welcome, honorable members. Welcome our nominee. I'm the chair of Gender Social Protection. My name is Honorable Patrick Melikimayo. We co-chair this committee with my brother here. I would like to invite him to introduce himself. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, our guests.
Good morning.
Members, good morning. My name is Honorable Richard Kering, Chair, Culture and Heritage. Welcome.
So before we proceed, I would like to say this. You are welcome here, our nominee. According to Public Appointments Act, County Assembly's approval, number 5 of 2017. So feel free, you are welcome. Please, I would like us to know if we have one Eunice Suter. Do you have anything to prove who you are?
Okay. Thank you.
Just a minute. We are looking at your ID and see who you are. Yeah, I would like to say, honorable members, we have the nominee by the name Eunice Suter. So I would like to introduce honorable members so that you may know them. We'll begin from the other end so that you know them. So welcome, and before he introduces himself, I would like you, nominee, and everyone know that we are live. So as we ask questions, let us be...
Chair, can we be supplied with the materials?
Please, Sajinatam, supply the CVs, the assessment form, and the questionnaire to the honorable members, please. So thank you very much. Can we introduce ourselves, honorable members? Welcome. Let us begin with the senior there.
Good morning, members. Good morning, nominee. My name is Honorable David Tarus Butuk. I represent Kapkures Ward as MCA. Thank you. And a friend to this committee.
Good morning, honorable members and the nominee. My name is Hilary Kipchumba Toroitich, MCA Moiben, and a member of this committee.
Our nominee for today, honorable members, our staff. Good morning. My name is Mary Goretti Boroswa. Member representing Kipsomba Ward, and also a member to this committee.
Honorable members, and our good lady nominee. I am Gilbert Chepkonga, member from Mainab Kolare Ward and a friend to this committee.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm Honorable Thomas Yego, MCA representing Tarakwa, member to this committee. Welcome.
My name is Rebecca Cherop, member to this committee.
Morning, everyone. I'm Honorable Gilbert Lagat, member to this committee, also a member representing Kiplombe Ward. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm James Maina Washira, member to this committee. Welcome.
Our nominee, honorable members, good morning. I'm Chemtai Kiboi Nancy, a member to this committee.
Morning, everyone. My name is Honorable Sarah Abdi, first chair to Culture. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I am Honorable Macrina Kebene, representing Gender, member to this committee.
Jambo wote, naitwa Mheshimiwa Ezekiel Kodingeti, mwakilishi wadi wa Ziwa, kamati wa kamati hii.
Honorable members, our nominee, good morning. My name is Matthew Jepkurui, member of this committee.
Let us introduce our staff. Oh, okay, Honorable is there, please.
Our nominee, honorable members, good morning. My name is Honorable Roda, nominated MCA representing Gender County. Thank you, Chairman.
Let us introduce our staff, please. We begin from here.
I am Doreen Cheruto, clerk to this committee.
Good morning, I am Audrey Leitich, legal.
Good morning. Thomas Albe, Sajinata.
Good morning. Ruben Omweri, Sergeant Atam.
So thank you very much, honorable members and our staff and our nominee. You're welcome. These are two committees. One is for gender, social protection, and culture. The chair for culture is here, and I'm the chair for gender, social welfare. So before we proceed, I would like to give you time to introduce yourself and give us a bit of background of you, who you are. Who is Eunice Suter? Welcome. Yeah. Maybe you can use the microphone, please, and feel relaxed.
So, Chair and honorable members, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be able to introduce myself.
Please, just a minute. Maybe we have a problem with the microphone or what? Because we want you to be audible.
Yeah. So, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to be able to introduce myself. So, my name is Eunice Suter. I was born in 1971 in Elgeyo Marakwet County, a place known as Cheptongi. I am married and blessed with 3 children, 2 adults and 1 young one, still a CBC for that matter. I reside in Kara Falls, which is in Uasin Gishu County, Kapseret Sub-County, Ngeria Ward.
Just a minute, please.
Yes.
Can please those people who are dealing with this, okay, you can switch off. Make it audible and clear, please. We want to hear the nominee speaking. You can proceed.
So I want to say I started my early education in Cheptange Primary School in 1977. And I did my KCPE 1985, where I proceeded to Moko Girls and did my first KCPE in 1999. Then went back to Moi Kapsar Girls, did my KCSE again, and I was able to do very well and proceeded to Kenyatta University doing Bachelor of Education Arts, specializing in theory and Kiswahili. After that, I graduated in 1997 and posted to Jeffrey Girls as a classroom teacher, teaching Kiswahili and theory. I taught in Jeffrey Girls up to 2001 and proceeded to Terike Boys High School, where I continued teaching the same subject areas, Kiswahili and theory. In 2005, I left for further studies at Moi University, where I took masters, or I was able to be awarded masters in education, educational technology and communication. After that, I was posted back to AIC Koserai Girls, where I became the deputy principal, dealing with the discipline of students. At the same time, deputizing the principal of the school in the general management of the school, and also overseeing the curriculum implementation in the school. After that, I was redeployed to St. Joseph's Secondary School, which is my current station now, to be in charge of guidance and counseling. So in guidance and counseling in this current station of mine, I deal with facilitating the students to be able to grow socially, economically, and also emotionally. Again, as the head of guidance and counseling, I administer or direct the members of my department. I also source for resources to be able to make the lives of the girls and boys to be comfortable. Apart from that, I am a farmer. I am a farmer at Ngara Falls, where I practice poultry farming, dairy farming, and some horticulture. So in brief, that is Eunice Suter.
Thank you very much, our nominee, Eunice Suter. As I said, welcome, feel free. I would like us to enter another part where we'll be asking you some questions. so that we understand more about you and about the department you've applied to. So I have a little observation. Maybe you can help me understand something there. I've gone through your particulars, and especially I'm seeing the KCPE.
KCP, yes.
That is KCP is here.
Yes.
And the way I see in your ID, your name is Eunice Suter.
Yes.
That is you.
It is me.
And then in your KCP, it seems somebody else, or I don't know, the name is Jemutai Vincent.
Yes, yes.
So what happened with that?
I want to confirm that I am the same person. In my ID, it is Eunice Jemutai Suter. In my KCPE, it is my father's name, Vincent. So I was called, I was given the name of my father. So in primary school, during our time, let me say during our time, we used to be registered by our parents using those, their first names. So that is how it came about. But I've even attached an affidavit to show that I'm the same person, Eunice Jemutai Suter. So my father is Vincent Suter Komen.
I'm trying to locate the affidavit. It's there. Okay, as we proceed on, I would like to open the floor. Honorable members, I will just give one question each for first round, at least 5 questions, and then 5 questions as we continue that way. And make it brief and direct to the point because we have a lot to ask. This is a committee of interest, especially that department has a lot of interest, and that's why members are here. They want to know what you will do in that department. So let me open the floor. We have Honorable Caroline. You are welcome, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Congratulations, Eunice, on making it this far and being making to be the nominee for Gender, Social Protection and Culture. My concern specifically is to the elderly people. Due to the modern dynamics, you find that there's been a lot of migration, especially from rural areas to urban areas, for various reasons, and we've left many elderly people in the villages, all by themselves. In urban centers, similarly, many of the working population, that is the active age group of maybe up to around 60 years, are out there working. So what happens then is that elderly people are left on their own. Remember also, in this age that they are in, they are vulnerable to various diseases. So my question is, how are you going to protect the vulnerable elderly people in our society? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Next question. Yes, Honorable Washira.
Welcome. I have a question here. I wanted to ask, what strategies will you employ in providing leadership if given a chance to be our CEO? Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Welcome, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I want to congratulate Eunice Jemutai Suter for having made to this far. That is a one step in life that you've made, and I want to say congratulations. I also say congratulations for having represented many women outside there, including your daughters, sons, those who call you aunties, and everyone. I want to say that this docket that you are eyeing is a very, very important docket. Being a CEO in charge of things to do with gender, I want to ask you, what really motivated you? Because there were different posts to be applied, but what really motivated you to come and maybe apply to be the CEO for gender? Secondly, we are all aware that women have been a vulnerable group in the society in this way. If you go back to our villages, you will find that most of our women are the ones doing brewing of illegal, illicit brews. If given this opportunity, what mechanisms will you apply to ensure that you can be able to cap that while promoting our culture? The reason why I'm saying promoting our culture, because you know, during the seasons of initiation, culturally, men, women prepare brews for their celebrations. Yet the same brews are illicit. How will you balance to ensure that we don't lose our culture and we also maintain the law? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Goreti. Welcome, Honorable Tamugi.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. I want to congratulate nominee member, Madam Suter, for having the opportunity to be vetted for that position in this honorable house. One, Madam Suter, through chair, have you done any research on the enabling factor, which is the budgetary allocations on the Department of Gender and Social Protection? Two, how could you synchronize the department on matters regulations and synchronize it or marry it together with the social protection from the national government, as we are aware that there is a parallel, not a parallel, but the same, which is under even the docket of a women rep and also the Ministry of Gender from the national government. How do you marry the two? Three, there is the factor of BWDs. And in social protection, those are the most vulnerable cadre. Do you have any audit on the number and in the county? Have you ever done any research? Do you have any overview? And also about their remunerations as PWDs, their stipends. Thirdly, having worked in St. Joseph's in the guiding and counseling department,
maybe you're
the final one,
on fourth.
Chair, the fourth
Yeah.
chair, the fourth chair. Thank you for correction. In guiding and counseling, the issue of the boy child, they are the most vulnerable ones at the moment. You have heard of boy-to-boy relationship and girl-to-girl relationship. Finally, what programs do you have for the drug abuse. It is rampant in our institutions, all the way from tertiary institutions, primary, and to even higher levels of learning. Having in noting that the current young parent is a drug abuser and the child is also a drug abuse. We have now the age of those who are abusing drugs being the parents, and we have their children. What programs do you have in our institutions of learning to elevate the situation? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Tamogei. I'll give you to answer those questions because there are so many. Can you proceed from the first one?
So thank you. Through the chair, let me respond by the first one by Honorable Caroline, asking about the elderly people. She has asked that now that the elderly people are left in the villages, the children are moving out to towns or urban centers, and also leaving the responsibility. Even those children, maybe those who have been gotten themselves in early pregnancies, they leave the children to the elderly people in the village. So first of all, the elderly people have the right to be taken care of. They are supposed to be given special protection, like those other vulnerable people in the society. We have the program of NHIF. We can collaborate with other departments so that they can be taken care of, because they have a right to live in a dignified life like any other person in the society. At the same time, we try to look at what causes these other youth or the young people to move away from the village and give the responsibility to the elderly people, so that we solve the problem from the root cause. And maybe the main cause is poverty in the village. So we look at how we can solve the problem of poverty in the villages by empowering those who are poor. We try to initiate programs, give them funding so that they can even start businesses or small enterprises. So that is how I can answer this question of elderly people. Secondly,
maybe I can add you more information.
Yes.
Have you heard anything from the national government about supporting the elderly?
Yes.
And do you think you can just begin something in the county so
Yes.
that the elderly also
Yes.
catered for?
We have something from the national government. The national government gives out funds for those elderly people who are above 70 years and above. But I'm saying it is not enough for all of them. So I can advise, when I'm given this chance as a CEO in the Department of Gender, Culture and Social Protection, I would advise that we can have our own fund to support the elderly people in the county. because this is not enough. At the same time, the fund that is given by the government is not enough for all the elderly people. There are those who are left out. There are those who are growing old and the number is increasing. So I would say it is good that we have our own funding as a county so that we make our people to live in a respectable manner. We take care of them, we take care of their lives, we take care of their health. That is it.
While you are explaining that,
Yes.
what do you think about their health?
The health, I have said, we will try to collaborate with the health sector or department so that we can take care of the elderly people by providing them with the NHIF cover. I know it is happening, but I advise that we expand so that it covers for all of them.
You know why we are asking that? Because already the NHIF is there.
Yeah.
But do you think you can work out your way and see if we can pay for them? The elderly, the county can pay for them.
The county can pay for them, but through partnerships with other, maybe like NGOs, so that maybe the county government may not have enough funds to do all these programs. So we partner with other NGOs so that they can support in that area.
Thank you. You can proceed.
The second question from Honorable Wachira is what strategies do I have for this department of mine, which is gender, culture and social protection. I want to say that strategies are very important. As I come in, I know there are several other initiatives that have been done, but I want to move in and scale it more higher by, for example, in culture, I want to make it vibrant, make it very, very vibrant. I love culture. The fact that I come from Elgeyo Marakwet, where culture is very rich. People still follow their culture. They still preserve their tools. They still use their local languages. I know Wasingishu is a cosmopolitan area or a cosmopolitan county, but that is a positive thing because we can take advantage of it so that we can have a diversity. So what I will do when I come in is that I would like to establish, through partnership with the national government, to establish a museum where we can have our own tools, our artifacts. Our children can come and study, see what we have for our culture, and also they can learn a lot because our children, they no longer know what was there long time ago, like during the time of our parents. They used to have so many tools from our cultural background. So that is one thing I will do. Secondly, in culture, I want to say that I will organize, and that is I will do with a lot of consultation and cooperation from other departments, organize for a mega expo for our county. So that people from other counties can come around, see what we have, our dances, our music. We can even make it a business thing so that we can earn revenue. We can earn revenue from organizing a cultural event. We can have a whole week of people coming in with their different, from different cultures. Like what I've said, our Singishu is a cosmopolitan. So when we utilize that diversity, it will be very nice. So it will be very attractive. So I want to say we want to make our county very, very attractive, make culture very, very vibrant in our county. I've said about culture. About social protection, I want to say
through chair, so that she does not come back to culture.
Okay, please.
You've talked simply about the culture.
Yes.
That is our inheritance, and but we have also our traditions. Being the home of champions, or the city of champions, or the source of champions across the Noreb region, we have very strong traditions of winning accolades all over the world. What do you have in stock for that? Because it is also very essential. It's almost becoming a culture, so it's a tradition that we are winning medals everywhere.
Yes.
There's that factor, and it is being demeaned by drug abuse. What do you have for the locals to preserve that tradition?
That is like it is in sports, yeah? So I want to say we will collaborate with the Department of Sports so that we can see how we can promote our talents through the Department of Culture. Because what I've said, we must continue preserving what we have, what we are proud about, like the history of Wasingishu being a champion. So we must continue protecting and also making it more attractive.
Proceed, please.
Concerning social protection, I want to say I will initiate programs to empower the persons living with disability, the vulnerable in the society. I will also try to, through my department, to be able to support in terms of guidance and counseling those people living with disability, the vulnerable, like those with HIV. I know there is the issue of stigmatization, discrimination. They are felt like neglected. So I want to say through my department, we will be able to give guidance and counseling to those areas and much, much more. I believe I've talked about the elderly in that area. I don't want to repeat it again. We can also empower them economically, especially those people living with disability. We give them equal opportunities like employment, education. We expand the facilities that are there taking care of them. I know they are there, but they are not enough. I want to say through my department, we will try as much as possible to cooperate and look for support, look for sponsorship, so that we can expand that facility. On gender, I want to say through my experience in the village, through our small women groups, where I've been able to empower women economically and even socially. So I want to say, when I come in, one of my plans is to empower women. I will apply in my department the 2/3 gender rule in every activity that I do in the Department of Gender, Culture and Social Protection. I will try as much as possible to apply the 2/3 gender rule, because I believe we all have equal opportunities, women and men. So that is it. So I believe I've answered that one. Through the chair, I want to move to the third question, which is was asked, what motivated me for this position? I want to answer it this way, that I am passionate. I am passionate about what I've said about gender. I'm passionate about our culture. I'm passionate also about social protection. Through what I've been doing, I realized that I have that ability, I have the experience, that I can use it in order to be able to empower our women, also give special protection to the people living with disability and the vulnerable people in the society. So what motivated me is that I have that passion, I have the ability and the experience. The experience in guidance and counseling has given me that belief that I'm able to do, because I like working for humanity. I also want to believe that what motivated me again is I want to make the county of Uasin to be a competitive county. I want to make it very attractive through those areas I've mentioned. So that is what really motivated me to be able to apply for this position.
Yeah, well prosecuted. Please, you can be brief because we have a lot. You still have some 4
Yes.
questions to answer.
Yeah,
so
in
that
question 3.
we allow also honorable members to ask more questions, and our time is limited. Please be brief.
Yeah, my third question, it was asked about women doing brewing alcohol or the illicit brew. And the question was asked that which mechanisms do I have in order to make them not practice this kind of brew. So I want to say, when we empower women in the society, they will be empowered economically, and they will not engage themselves in brewing those alcohol that will make our youth. It is a problem in our society. It is even affecting our children, and especially the boy child. You find that in our villages, the boy child has been left on his own. Much concentration has been done to the girl child. So the boy child is left alone. And I want to say also that parents are the ones to unmold our children. But the parents have not taken the responsibility of really making the boy child to be able to empower the boy child, to be able to make him go to school. You find that most of them have been left to be drop out. They engage themselves in illicit bruise. And even some of them, the parents, like the fathers, buy for them border borders. They drink with them instead of giving them advice to be able to be responsible people in the society. So I want to say we will sensitize, we will give education to our women to be able to know that brewing alcohol is not allowed. First of all, they must know that in our country that prohibit the brewing of illicit brews in our society. So in brief, that is what I will say about illicit brews in our society. Concerning budgetary allocation, I want to be honest, I have not done much research, but I want to say when I come in, I will be able to consult and research more on this budgetary allocation in our department. So that we move fast, question 5 was talking about, I think it is the same. The question asked about the audit, if I've done any audit. And I think I've answered through the fourth question. So the last question was asking about boy child.
Maybe you prosecuted about boy child, and
Yeah,
the question was how you will synchronize
yes.
the programs that are still done by the women rep and the national government there.
Yes.
With here, so
I
that
think I've answered that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me welcome my co-chair to proceed from there, please.
Thank you, Chair. Eunice, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
And congratulations for this far you've come. As I said, my name is Honorable Kering, representing Ingeria, which I've heard you say you live there at Ngara Falls, and hope to me that one will not make me feel that I'll enjoy your services rather than the whole county. Because this you will be the CEO of the conjoined department. You look like a husband with two wives.
Yeah.
So I don't know in this game which one will be the first wife, the second wife, or you will treat us the same, or each wife comes with his proposal of culture, he comes with a gender. Hope that's right. Yeah. You'll treat according to the demand. So the only problem now I have in culture is about what Mheshimiwa Tamogei said, budgetary allocation, and also in culture, what plans will you put in place in policy making so that this department becomes vibrant? Another issue here, well, in the last policy, maybe as per the documents I've seen through when I came here, there was a policy which came to this house 2017. So I would like, in your time, to consider this department too in policy making. And I've also gotten some good news that you'll make these annual events, especially the Sisipo event, which was last done here maybe 2019. I would like to see in the Department of Culture too, it become vibrant. Otherwise, up to there, that's my take. Thank you. And from there now, I'll also give to a bunch of 5 questions, beginning with Mheshimiwa Karibu Rhoda.
Thank you, Chair. Madam, I want to appreciate for you've been nominated to be one of the people who will serve in as the CEO. So, and we pray for you that it will be. I just want to ask you like 2 or 3 questions. Since you are coming into a big institution, whereby it is a county that has a lot of so many workers, and you know always people who are employed in the counties are parents, they are parenting, and life nowadays is so much stressing. We don't have counseling centers. I've not seen one. I've only seen in hospital facilities. Those ones are HIV and testing and counseling centers. With the county itself, it is a big institution that have a lot of people, and they are going through so many stressors in the society. Fees in form of everything. What plans do you have for the county to have counseling centers for their workers? That is question number 1. Number 2, sometimes our county workers overwork. Like last year, we had a very big project which was being done at Tarbo sub-county, and I believe it was a dam project. And workers used to wake up very early in the morning at around 6 or at around 5:30. By 7 o'clock, they're in place of work and they come out very late in the evening. They really overwork until the work itself become a stressor. And once somebody overwork, there is no more production. They end up maybe causing some harm to some of the tools or the equipments that they are using. What plans do you have, or what advice do you think you can give to CEOs which are working with other workers in different departments pertaining of overworking them? Question number 3. Our county askaris are human. They are employed to serve the people, to protect the welfare of the county, and ensure that the law is followed. At times, others come home from home in the morning while they are so much stressed. At times, they go to their place of work and transfer the same stress to the people of the community or the society, or even the traders at town. What plans do you have as the CEO of Social and Labor Protection towards the same? My last question, since you are a woman who has done a guidance and a counseling course, and you come from a village that we have boys, we have girls, have you ever thought of at least having a youth center, maybe in your village or a place that you hail from, so that you at least help those youths who are so much stressed because they are not employed? Maybe they are undergoing so many different things that they are affecting them and affecting them psychologically. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, our chair, sorry.
You've asked so many questions. Please, maybe we take one, the last one, and then we'll be okay.
Thank you, Chair. First, I'd like to congratulate you, and I'm proud of you because I know we come from the same village, so it's very inspiring.
Maybe, Mheshimiwa, your mic. Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. It's very inspiring to see you seated there, and I'm very proud of you because you left the village a long time ago, and now we meet, and I am in a committee that vets you, so that's very good. Mine is on leadership. I would like to know, since you're moving from teaching practice, now you're coming to, let me say, public service, where you're going to deal with people who are not in that nature of school. So I would like to know how you're going to maintain your relationship with us leaders of this honorable house. If called upon to come for a meeting or anything, I would like to know how you're going to ensure that our relationship with your office stays intact for the next 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy you touched about her education. Na mimi nimeona hapa amesema pia lugha yake katika questionnaire. That is number 13. You've said languages that you speak, English, Kiswahili and Kalenjin. Na kwa sababu utaongea Kalenjini hapa, tutakuuliza hata Kiswahili tusikie kama kweli ulikuwa mwalimu wa Kiswahili. Vile umesema, tuone kweli ni mwalimu alikuwa Kiswahili nasi tufurahie. Na pia ningetaka ujisikie nyumbani, maji iko hapo unakunywa, usiwe na ugumu wowote, na pia uwe na ufupi kidogo.
Asante.
Asante, karibu sana.
Asante. Kwa hivyo nitajaribu
please the mic has a problem.
Nitajaribu kujibu maswali haya kwa lugha ya Kiswahili.
And please, honorable members, let her answer, and then I'll start with you, Honorable Hilary.
Namna ambavyo nimeweza kupewa nafasi. Kwa hivyo mwenyekiti, nataka kusema asante kwa kunipea nafasi hiyo pia. Na nianze na swali la kwanza ambalo limeulizwa na Mheshimiwa Roda, inayohusiana na swala la wafanyikazi, kwamba wale wafanyikazi ambao wanafanya katika kaunti yetu, ni kwamba wao ni kama wako na changamoto kwa sababu ya ile kazi ambayo wanafanya. Kwa hivyo nitasema mikakati ambayo ninaweza kuweka ni kwamba kuweza kuinua wao, kuweza kuzungumza na wao, waweze kujua utaratibu wa kazi yao, waweze kujua kwamba kuna sheria katika nchi yetu ambayo imewekwa ili kuweza kuchunga mali ya raia na pia kuweza kufanya shughuli zako namna ambavyo sheria inavyokubali. Ni kuhusu swala la wale wafanyikazi kufanya kazi zaidi. Kile ambacho ninaweza kutoa wosia wangu kuhusu wale ambao tutafanya kazi mbalimbali kwa idara mbalimbali kama maofisa, ni kuweza kukawanya shughuli za kazi kwa njia ambavyo inatakikana na kwa uwezo wa mtu, na pia kulingana na masomo yake. Wale wafanyikazi waweze kufanya kazi ambayo wanaweza, lakini wasipewe kazi zaidi ambayo hawawezi. Kwa hivyo kuwapea majukumu yao kulingana na uwezo wao. Hivyo ndio naweza kujibu swali hilo. linahusu wafanyikazi na wale, nafikiri inaenda pamoja na wale askari ambao wanafanya kazi hiyo. Kwa hivyo wakiwa na shida kiakili kwa sababu ya kazi, hawataweza kufanya kazi vizuri. Matokeo yao hayataonekana kwa kaunti yetu, na kulingana na namna ambavyo tunataka kupeleka kaunti yetu mbele, ili tuweze kusaidia watu wetu kuinua maisha yao, waweze kuishi vizuri. Kwa hivyo tutafanya hivyo kwa kuweza kuzungumza na wao, kutafuta watu mbalimbali ama vikundi mbalimbali wa kuweza kuzungumza na wao, na pia waweze kueleweka au kwamba kila mmoja ni binadamu na hawezi akapewa majukumu zaidi ambavyo hawezi kuyatekeleza. Kwa swala ama kwa swali ambalo liliuliza kuhusu vijana wetu, kama wanaweza kusaidiwa katika hali mbalimbali, tunasema kwamba vijana ndio nguzo katika jamii yetu. Lazima tuwajenge vijana wale ili waweze kuja kuchukua majukumu yetu. Sisi tunaelekea kuzeeka, kwa hivyo tusipo waonyesha njia, kuzungumza na wao ni katika maisha, tutaweza kukosa jamii yetu. Hivyo kwa ufupi ninaweza kusema kwamba nimejibu swali hilo ama maswali haya. Swali la mwisho ambalo limeulizwa na Mheshimiwa Masi kuhusu uongozi wangu, amesema kwamba sasa kwa vile nimetoka shule na kukuja nikipewa nafasi kuweza kutenda kazi katika kaunti yetu, nitatenda kazi hiyo namna gani na wakubwa wangu. Kwa hivyo nitasema kwamba miwa tutafanya kazi pamoja.
Please,
kwa sababu
just a minute please, can the technicians work out on the microphone please, or change it? And I think the other one we had a problem with it. Proceed.
Anauliza kwamba nitaweza kutenda kazi namna gani na wale ambao tutafanya kazi na wao, na hasa akanielekeza kwa waheshimiwa wetu tutafanya kazi namna gani. Ninasema kwamba kwa sababu kazi ambayo nitatenda inahusu watu wetu, kwa hivyo nasema kwamba tutaweza kufanya kazi pamoja kwa pamoja, kuweza kuwasiliana kila wakati kama kuna jambo ambalo linapaswa kuzungumziwa, ili tuweze kuwa pamoja, kwa sababu ninajua kwamba waheshimiwa ndio wako na watu wao, ndio watajua mipango ambayo yanatakiwa kufanywa katika kaunti yetu ama katika idara yetu mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo ninasema kwamba kwa upana tutaweza kuwasiliana na wao kwa njia inayofaa.
Tunashukuru sana, umeeleza kwa upana, na nafikiri wakati utakuwa unashughulika na watoto PWDs au wote, hautakuwa na sura kali namna hiyo. Basi ningependa ucheke hivyo ndio tuone kama tunajua Suteria ama namna gani. Hapa kuna uliulizwa swali kidogo tu. Ulizwa swali hapa kamiti iko mbili. Kamiti ya Gender Social Protection na niliulizwa na mwenyekiti mwenzangu wa Culture, na akakuuliza utafanya kazi aje na hizi mbili.
Asante kwa kunipa pia nafasi hii. Nataka kusema kwamba sitakuwa na ubaguzi wowote kwa sababu yote mawili yanatuhusu.
Kwa sawa kabisa, nilikuwa nafikiri sasa kwa sababu anatoka area kwako.
Hapana.
Sasa
lazima tuwashughulikie.
Atakula mingi na zile ward zingine 30 ama 29 watakuwa na tatizo. Lakini umeshasema asante. Wacha tuende kwa wale ambao wajauliza kwanza. Nilikuwa nimempatia nafasi kidogo.
There is one question she has not answered. Through your permission, I had asked you, in our county, it is a very big institution and we have a lot of people and we do have counseling centers. As you are a teacher, you are in a high school and there's a provision of guidance and counseling centers, and this is a county and we don't have psychological counseling centers. What will you do given that you will be the CEO of Culture, Labor and Social Protection towards the same? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nataka kuendelea kusema kwamba nitatumia njia mbalimbali nikielekezwa na wakubwa wangu kuweza kutafuta namna ambavyo tunaweza kupata mipango mbalimbali au mikakati mbalimbali ambayo inaweza kuwasaidia ama kutusaidia ama kusaidia wale ambao watapewa shughuli hiyo. Kwa hivyo ninasema kwamba kupitia makundi mbalimbali tunaweza kuangalia namna ambavyo tunaweza kupata usaidizi kutoka kwao kwa njia ya fedha ili tuweze kuchenga sehemu hizo ili kuweza kufanya kazi yetu ya ushauri nasaha kwa wale ambao wanahitaji shughuli hiyo.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce the members who have just arrived, that you may know them. I have my deputy for social gender and social protection. Please introduce yourself before we go to other questions. You may use the microphone.
Representing gender.
Thank you very much. Do we have another one? Nobody. I promised to begin with Honorable Hillary. Please let me go to Honorable Hillary and then I come to you, Honorable, and then I will go to Mheshimiwa Caroline. I will come to you. I have noted.
Thank you very much, Chair. First and foremost, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the nominee, Madam Eunice, for the far you have come. And I also wish you the best as you are going through the vetting process. I have two questions. One, I'm passionate on the part you said you will do empowerment of women so that we can eradicate the preparing or brewing of changa by women. Can you please elaborate to me what are these kind of activities that we are going to empower the women? Because we have known so much about the kuku na mama and so many other things that they have been doing and they collapse. So kindly assist me to get 1 or 2 projects that can really have an impact to the women in the society. The second question is, we have been, as a county of Uasin Gishu, we have been having problems with the street families who are normally called the chokora. How are you going to address this problem so that going forward we'll not be having similar problems whereby after some time they come back to the city and they are moved again out of the city? The last one is on the issue of the disabled. Most of the time we have been seeing so many disabled people in the streets. I don't know what time they come and I don't know what time they leave, but how are you going to address that problem so that going forward we'll not be finding them in the streets? Thank you.
Mheshimiwa, karibu.
So, Thank you, Chair. I want to congratulate Madam Eunice Suter for making this far. In our society today, women are exposed in several risks in the day-to-day life. E.g. rape, isolation in the society, early pregnancy due to early drops of school. My question is, Madam Suter, how can you stop this kind of act in the society, and how can you reach out to those girls who have been isolated or go through depression? Number two, Madam Suter, in culture, we are approaching to becoming a city as a county, and therefore we'll be having a lot of visitors coming to our county. What mechanism will you put in place as the CEO in assisting our youth to participate in the culture through singing, dancing, and wearing our cultural clothes? Because you know, in Wasingishu we are cosmopolitan. And playing of drums, I know, in our visitors, for example, in airport, welcoming the visitors in airport, and big hotels in order to earn a living. Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Gilbert.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I want to congratulate the nominee for making this far. I would like to understand. I want you to make this house, this honorable house, understand. In your decision makings, you will be responsible for any decisions that you will be making as a CEO. It comes at times when you will be making decisions that this house will require you to appear on the same position that you are sitting today to defend the decisions that you have made. Will you be available, or you will be running away from the same position that you are sitting? Secondly, as a CEO, that you are now graduating from a classroom dealing with students, and I've seen from your questionnaire that you have indicated clearly that you never participated in campaign. Now you are coming to a place whereby you will be working with people who did campaigns. You are working now with politicians, and in the same office that you will be there, you will be having senior employees in that office, and sometimes you find that the senior officers in your department do not practice government policies and procedures as expected of them, assuming that because you are a teacher, you may not be aware of some things in the department. How will you deal with such situation? The last one. How much do you understand about public service management? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I will start with you in the next batch. Honorable Caroline, please.
Thank you, Chair. I was just requesting that I may ask for a specific reason.
Okay.
Thank you for
Proceed.
the permission.
Maybe you can use your microphone so that we can pick up.
Sure. I've gone close to it. Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant Atam. Chair, my question specifically is on child protection. It's another vulnerable group that I would like our nominee to give us her input as far as the issues touching on that group are concerned. Our Constitution, 2010, specifically Article 53, talks about protection of children from abuse, any form of abuse, from neglect, from harmful practices, and more. In our society currently, we've seen a lot of abuse, starting with physical abuse, whereby we've seen our children left with very terrible injuries after a thorough beating, maybe from a parent or an irresponsible guardian. We've seen our children being molested sexually, both boys and girls. We've seen boys being sodomized. We've seen a lot of emotional abuse. We've also seen a lot of child labor and trafficking and bullying. There are also issues that are very clear in our society currently, especially those touching on radicalization. I know there's a member who had touched about the most recent case that really saddened our hearts. And I kept asking myself where we've been as a society. With the emergence of social media and all, we've seen a lot of cyberbullying. Our children are being exposed to uncontrolled content. There's a lot of content exposure with no guidance from a responsible adult. I would like you to know how you, as the incoming CEO, should you be given the opportunity on social protection, how you are going to protect our children. Lastly, take note that even as I refer to the other question that I had asked earlier on elderly people, is that there has been a lot of thinning of our social fabric due to urban dynamics. The level of modernization has not allowed us to have the traditional setup that we used to have before, where we used to have aunties talking to young girls that reduced early pregnancies, that reduced cases to do with early marriages. These children are exposed to FGM and all. Please tell us how you are going to protect our children in Uasin Gishu from that. And even just connecting it to the question that was asked by the other honorable member on the street families. 3/4 of the street families that we have are children. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. You can proceed answering them, and please be brief as I requested. And before you continue, I'd like us to recognize the presence of our Deputy Speaker. Please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Malel, member representing Kimumu and the Deputy Speaker, a friend to this committee.
Thank you very much, our DS. So you can proceed.
Thank you. Let me start with the question asking about the empowerment of women, the activities and projects that I will be able to initiate. So I want to say that we can empower women by providing them with education. We keep them to learn about some skills like what we have, like in our culture. We know we have women in our society who can even make our traditional tools and some artifacts, like the use of beads. We can empower them by giving them those skills, teaching them so that they can utilize it to be able to empower themselves economically. Concerning street children, our street families, I think it is the same also that I want to say the issue of street children is something that it was there. The challenge that the street children, there were so many in the streets. I'm an eyewitness because there were so many, but nowadays you don't see them because they have been taken to rescue centers where they can be equipped with skills so that they can sustain themselves. They are also given education there. So I want to say, to advise that that is the right direction. It is good that we are rescuing the street children. I want to say, as a CEO under that Department of Gender, Social Protection, I know it's a wide department, but under social protection, I want to say it is also good to integrate those children. Those who are willing to go back to their parents, they can be reunited with their parents because we must always do this following the laws which are there protecting children. So we know children have the right to be given proper care. So for those who are able to be taken back to their parents, I want to say, as a CEO, I advise that that one can be done. Concerning dropout,
Madam Suter,
yes.
You talked about women, empowering women by helping them maybe make artifacts using some beads and what. I expected you to just request the honorable members that when they will be allocating money to empower women, they should check on the projects that will empower and help you. Because I'm trying to help you think, yeah? Nikuulize tu swali. Unafuga kuku ngapi? Ulisema wewe ni mkulima.
Nataka kusema kwamba ninafuga kuku 5,000.
Uko na 5,000? Na kuna swali mheshimiwa aliuliza. Kuna program imekuwa ikipeana inaitwa Inua Mama na Kuku. Na mara nyingi wanapewa kwa kikundi wa mama 30 ama 40. Kuku 200. Unaona kama tunawainua mama ama tunawamaliza kabisa na hizo kuku?
Nataka kusema kwamba swala hilo hata mimi mwenyewe nimeweza kufaidika kwa hiyo njia.
Kwa hivyo ni kuku ngapi inahitajika mama mmoja?
Mama mmoja ili kwa sababu sasa kuna changamoto mingi yanayohusiana na chakula ya kuku. Bei ya kuku imeenda juu. Kwa hivyo lazima tuangalie, ingawaje ni swala ambalo limefanywa, ni kwamba pia mimi kama afisa wa idara hii ni lazima tuangalie pia kile kitu ambacho
pengine tu ungeenda tu kwa hiyo nini. Nimeuliza tu ile direct. Wewe una kuku ngapi?
Nimesema niko na kuku 5,000.
Sasa wakati wale wanaweka kuku ile Inua Mama na Kuku kwa program,
yes.
Na ni wa mama 30 ama 40.
Yeah.
Unaona kila mama angepewa kuku ngapi? Ndio wao waheshimiwa wanapoweka budget yao waone wanakusaidia kwa kuweka pesa nzuri ya kuinua mama. Unaona ni kuku ngapi wanahitaji mama mmoja? Maana huwa tunapeana kwa vikundi, hawezi pea mtu mmoja.
Kwa kila mama ili aweze kufaidika lazima tufanye jambo ambalo mtu anaweza kufaidika nayo. Si kwamba tuwe na kuku ambaye haiwezi kukuletea chochote.
Kidogo.
Chair, can I just assist a bit? And I would
please
like
assist,
to
please
take
assist
water,
her.
please.
Yeah.
So, our nominee, it's okay to take water, feel relaxed, breathe a bit. I think what Honorable Chair is asking, because most of these women who are doing Inua Mama na Kuku, it's a startup.
Yeah.
So what the Chair is asking, he just wants you to go direct to between Is it 10 cuckoos? Can they start with 100 chicks? Can they start with 200? Like, from your experience of rearing them, the Honorable House want to know, so when the time it comes when you want to allocate money for that, how, like personally, me as Mercy, how many would you advise for me to start with as a startup if I am in that program?
Asante, nilikuwa naelekea hapo, nilikuwa najaribu kueleza kwamba ikiwa chache sana utafaidika. Ndio nilikuwa naelekea kusema kwamba kulingana na utajiriba wangu, ninajua kwamba kuku 200 na zaidi, 200 tuseme 200 ndio sawa.
Kwa mama mmoja?
Kwa mama mmoja. Kwa
hivyo vile tunapeleka kuku 200 kwa mama 30 tunawakosea?
Kwa wamama kulingana, hatusemi kwamba ni lazima tufanye kwa 200, inategemea pesa ambayo tuko nayo na uwezo wetu.
Okay, we can proceed. Sawa. Continue.
Before that, maybe I can recognize my vice chair to add on that. Karibu.
Sorry. To add on that question, not every woman can afford that being in that group, because these chickens need to be fed and all that.
Yeah.
Not all of them. So those ones who cannot afford, what are you going to give those ones? Not everyone can afford it, can fit into that group. You know, these chickens, they need to be fed in order to grow. And those ones who don't have, even when they don't have the daily bread for the day, what are we going to support them?
Yeah.
Not everyone can is willing to get a chicken.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Kwa hivyo, I want to say that we can look at other projects. It's not necessarily that we do the poultry project. There are other projects. We can even buy them through the same fund if we want to empower them. Like goats. There are those goats which are reared for milk, and they are very, very, they can empower women economically. Because once you milk the milk, because the milk is very scarce, I'm sure women can make something out of it. That is a good example that I have, and that the one that I have seen being done in other places.
Thank you very much. Maybe I can help you there, that honorable members, when you allocate funds, maybe it is good also to sit down with women and talk with them and see what projects that can really empower them, and then we give them some things that don't really uplift their lives. Before I give you Honorable, she has some 4 questions, and then I give you.
I wanted to interject on that.
Please, yeah.
Thank you, Chair. You know, all these things, we are limited by the resources. We would even give them cows, we would give them 5,000 cuckoos, the way the CEO has done, but we are limited by the resources. So if you have 1 million and you want to share across the world, you see, you have no option but to land in the cuckoos. But now, you need now to bring into smaller groups and let them start with that, share that, keep them. If God allows that they all survive the chicks, then they will pick from there. So we are limited by the resources. Thank you.
So proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that advice. I want to say that concerning the question on dropout, you have done so many questions. So I want to say this question was asked in terms of what advice can I give, if I can remember, to those girls who drop out of school. How can we help them? I want to say also that we do mentorship. We initiate mentorship programs so that we mentor these girls. You go out, talk to them. You can even go out as a role model, talk to them, show to them the necessity of them having good education for them to be able to improve their lives. That is what I can answer that question of the question of children dropping out of school. We also sensitize the parents to know the importance of taking their children and also retaining the children in school. So I think I've answered that one. There is the question of boy child. There is the question of boy child, girl child, for drug abuse. I think using the same way that I've answered the question on dropout of girls in school, I've said also we do mentoring also, and we sensitize people in the society, provide guidance and counseling. So I think that is it. I don't know if there is another question I've left out. Maybe you can remind me. If I have not answered a question. There is the question of decision making, that when called upon to come and respond in the county assembly, not even responding, sometimes consultation, will I be available? I want to say I will be available 100%, because that is our work. We must work with the county assembly so that our work progresses well. I want to say also I will appear to defend if there is a problem, because I will take responsibility for any decision that I have made. That is it. Okay.
Well, thank you. We have our DS, and we want really to respect you and invite you to speak. Proceed.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving me the co-chairs, for giving me this opportunity to, no, the Chairman, for giving me this opportunity to say something. I only wanted to just put across one question. But first and foremost, congratulations for making it this far, Madam.
Thank you.
I know it has taken you some serious challenge to this point in time. I would like to know, since you are coming to handle the docket of maybe gender issues and our cultures and the social protection, we have been having a program of supporting, we know our women, and I want to believe these women who sing traditional songs, how you intend to empower them, support them, because they have been participating in competitions, but they have lacked that support from the county government. When given this opportunity, how you intend to make that, what they are doing, to be profitable so that they can sustain themselves. We have factors of what the county government can do sometimes, maybe providing them with the traditional uniforms, that those ones that they can be supported to wear, to honor. Transportation issues have been a very key issue in honoring their competition. There are competition conferences that have been made. I don't know, when given this opportunity, how you intend to still continue support them, because there is a lot of lack of employment, Madam CEO, to be, God willing, and we would like to support each and every sector to make sure that people get what they get to for them to earn a living, so that we don't scramble in looking for white-collar jobs, but we can engage ourselves in other activities that can support us to feed our families.
Okay, thank you. Through the chair,
Yeah,
sorry.
please.
I want to say that in a way I had answered this question when I was talking about culture, where I said we can make our country to be attractive, to be competitive. We can also utilize the culture things that we have, like the dances, the songs that we have, so that we can make money out of it. We can earn revenue out of it. We can even improve it so that other counties can come in. Like when we have the culture week, we can utilize this so that the women can present their items in a very strong way. And doing that, apart from being a recreation, it can also earn the county some revenue, so that we can use to develop our department.
Thank you very much. When you are at it, we usually know when if the county government begins sports like the football we'll be having, they start from the grassroots, from our wards. Can you consider doing the same with culture? Because we believe in every ward we have different, it's just cosmopolitan. We have all tribes there living there, and they have their traditions. You can begin from there, and then we have one major celebration with them in the county.
It's true.
Can you consider that?
Yeah, that is very important, because the people down in the wards are even more richer in culture than the people who are around town. So I will take advantage of that to be able to go down to the wards.
Thank you, Madam CEO. And I believe you know these committees, especially gender and social protection. We always celebrate our calendars. We have the days for women, Father's Day, Mother's Days, all of them. Are you going to be active in this, so that we see our county enjoying when mothers are there, even in issuing statements, and communication can work better, encouraging them? Do you think it's good?
Yeah, it is good, because under my department and gender, I want to say I will cooperate, because you learn a lot, you exchange a lot when you attend such kind of committees or even organizations.
Yeah, before we end up, because our time is up and our sugar level is down, well, maybe I give one question, please. I have my Honorable Nancy Kiboy. Welcome.
First of all, I want to say congratulations, Madam, for this far you've come. I have one question. I think Honorable Robert asked it, but you never answered.
Okay.
And I had captured it.
Okay.
Now you're coming from a field which is very cool, from class, to a field which is, I don't know whether I call it funny or dirty. How are you going to handle your office with the politics? Because you're now coming from class to a political office. And you had said in your CV, I'm seeing you're an UDA member, but you never campaigned for anyone. How are you going to handle politics in your office? Thank you.
Thank you. Through the chair, I want to say that I did not campaign, but I was able to cast my vote, because that is a right. When I come to this office,
I want to say I will balance between my work and politics. I will uphold integrity in the office so that I don't mix politics and my work.
Especially you are the UDM member, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you've alluded there.
Yeah.
But wasn't issue, everyone is there. There are those ones from other political affiliations. How will you treat them?
I will respect them because they have their own right also. And I want to say everybody has a right, but concerning the development of our county, we must take our county forward. That is it.
Thank you very much. Honorable Yego, please.
Thank you.
And be very short because our time is up.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, all the questions I had, all of them have been asked. Mine is only to congratulate the CEO and prepare her for the task that is ahead of her. It's good. I'll specifically deal with the culture, and from the overall talk, we have seen culture is the way of life generally. That it means covers food, clothing, shelter, and all the customs. There is this aspect of language, and I realize that we are soon losing it. I don't know what Madam CEO you will do so that we also retain our language, that is the original language that each community has. Two, there is a cultural center that I think will be your first assignment. There's a cultural center in Sinkalo Forest at a place called Cheboror, which is in the border of Uasin Gishu and Nandi. And from the Council of Elders who went to the Forest Department in the national government, they requested for that land. They were allowed. They want to put up the cultural center there, having all the traditional houses and all that pertained to that. To that effect, it was allocated 4 million, and I believe it will be your first assignment. And these elders told me that this is a North Rift issue. It's a Rift Valley affair. So in other words, it means you will work extra hard to network with a NOREP to help you put up a very excellent center of cultural center. So in other words, I believe that you will be able to network and work with other CEOs from Rift Valley, for that case, through the NOREP, and ensure that we get the best facility, which will help us retain our culture and merge culture with the modern society and even Christianity, because we need to see how we can have the values, the morals, and everything to ensure we get people who are upright, people who are actually responsible, and who can live in this society in a good way. That is, it was just a matter of bringing you that if given this opportunity, I think that will be your first assignment, because in the supplementary, we have approved that. So it's a project that will soon start, and I believe it will be your first assignment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Maybe you can prosecute that, and then
maybe to add on that, in support of Honorable Yego. It's true, we have some allocation for the Sengalo, is it Boror? Boror. And maybe beginning with that, with my department, we will see how to visit there. And maybe we need to do some BBI, some talks between the cultural Wase and the Christian, so that we get things done right. You can see during these holidays, we lost quite some of our children in this process. So we need to actually look into policies of this culture, especially for this circumcision, the culture which we've been doing during Christmas or holidays of December. We need to talk, come up with a policy to give us room for Christianity and the locals' culture. Thank you.
You can proceed.
I want to say, let me start with this one of language, that we have our own local languages. Like in my CV, I've said, my language, one of my languages is Kalenjin, and in more specific, Marakwet. So when I'm in Wasingishu, I know there are different languages, local languages. And these languages are very important for us to retain. So we can do this by allowing, maybe advising even our schools to be able to allow our children to speak the language, even once in a week or even twice, so that we retain our language. Because when you move around schools, you find that we only use Kiswahili and English, and lately more in English. So that is a way we can do also in order for us to retain our language, because we must look at the future. We are going to lose our local languages if we don't look at ways that we can retain and preserve them, because language is culture. And I want to say this one is very important. I'm passionate about it. Yeah, that is why I wrote a book. If you look at my CV, I wrote a book entitled Teaching Kiswahili Oral Literature in Schools. So oral literature encompasses our languages and other oral traditions. Concerning Cheboror, I want to promise that given this opportunity, I will make it an assignment. I want to visit that area, see it for myself, and then later on come back and consult with those in authority, and also with our honorable members, so that we can see if we can even allocate more funds in order for us to expand that facility. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Imekuwa wakati mzuri kuwa na wewe. Madam Eunice Suter. Na pengine kabla tujamaliza, tumefurahia utuambie una watoto wadogo, kina gogo, kina nani hawa?
Asante. Nataka kusema kwamba kwa yale ambaye nilisema nikijitambulisha, ni kwamba niko na watoto, nimebarikiwa na watoto 3. 2 watu wazima, na mmoja darasa la 6. Kwa hivyo sijapata wajukuu.
Kwa hivyo unaona aje kuhusu protection ya watoto hao wadogo ambao wako kwa street? Ulieleza jambo fulani. na mara nyingi huwa tunawapeleka rescue center, wanakaa tu pale miezi mitatu kulingana na sheria, hawezi pita hapo. Wakimaliza miezi mitatu wanahitajika kurudishwa makwao. But some of them don't have their parents or guardians. What do you think about that situation? Because the law allows only 3 months at the rescue center. Yes.
Nataka kusema kwamba kwa kutekeleza jambo hilo ni vizuri kuangalia sheria pia, kwa sababu watoto wanahitaji kuchungwa kulingana na sheria. Kuna sheria ambayo inahusu watoto ambao wanaweza kuchukuliwa na kuchungwa na wazazi wengine ambao si wazazi wao. Kama tunaweza kuangalia sehemu hiyo, tunaweza kufaidika zaidi.
Nashukuru.
Kwa kuangalia sheria.
Thank you very much, and I think being a CEO, you can also bring a policy. We can help you here, so that we expand from 3 months, because it's the right of everyone, a right to education, and being a child should be given that right. Even being in the rescue center, they can always be given maybe the education up to when they are 18 years old. Before we wind up, let me allow Culture here, our chair, Deputy for Culture, to say at least one word for a minute.
Thank you, Chair. I'm happy and humbled that you are a lady. And I wish and I pray to God that you get the position, because it's only a lady who knows the problem of ladies. We have these young ladies who dropped out of schools and they are single mothers. And they don't know where to go. Some people use them by using drugs, by giving them drugs to go and sell. You get me? At the end of the day, she becomes a drug addict. From there, we have this domestic violence. You see young boys and girls are killing each other. How are we going to advise the youth from this kind of problem? Second question is about the people who have challenges, deaf and dumb, and they don't have a job. Just because they're deaf and dumb, but they can do other jobs. How are we going to support them? Because they're there. Even in my place in Mylene, there is someone there. He was sacked from his job. He was a Makanga, this guy is called Makanga. And I went and asked them, where do you want him to go? He has a family. He's deaf and dumb. You know, we have that kind of people here. About women. Women have problems. And when single mothers or their husbands drop them, they don't support those kids. They have nowhere to go to. Just because the man has the money, he talks to the above, and she's told, just go home. She goes home crying, nothing to do. I hope and pray that you will be there for them, for voiceless, those ones who cannot do anything for themselves. There is this mama who wakes up early in the morning just to go and wash clothes and all that and go back home. She has nothing to do. She's educated, maybe. You know, it's that kind of things. Coming to the culture, we should not only focus on music. We have talented young men and young women. We can do drama. The old traditional ways, what Wazes used to do, they can renew it and do it if it is a wedding, you know, any wedding of traditional. You should support drama, not only music. We have so many things to do, especially now it is becoming city. We should empower these young men and boys, so young girls who are jobless. I'm telling women are suffering out there. Single mothers are suffering and no one is supporting them. When they go to the children's department, they don't get much help. So I think as a mother, you will support the women and the young child. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe that is an encouragement to you,
Yeah.
because that when you'll be in the office, you are required to do that. We have single mothers, we have widows that are really waiting for you there, and it's just an encouragement to you that you do much, because I have seen with the way you've been explaining, you've touched a lot, and our deputy, she's trying to encourage you to be there for them. And just give us your prayers and your parting shot, and as you answer some questions she has asked.
Okay, thank you, Chair, and honorable members. I want to just say something concerning the deaf and the dumb, because those others, it's like encouragement to me and advice also, that when given this opportunity, I will be able to tackle all issues in all areas. So I want to say these are people with special needs. They are challenged in different ways. I want to say we will treat them equally, like those other people, the normal people. We will give them opportunities when they come. I'm happy to say that through my research, I've seen that in a small way, the county has taken care of some of them, giving them some percentage, I don't know, 5% have been given employment in these offices, like even the deaf, given the small work of doing the cleaning, and that is an encouragement. I want to say I will pick from there and try to expand and make sure that we take care of all of them, because these are special people and we really need to take care of them.
Thank you very much. Well prosecuted. Please let me give you 1 minute, 2 minutes to say your prayers, and then maybe your request to the members and parting shot. Thank you.
So again, I want to say I'm happy. I want to thank this committee for giving me this opportunity to be able to express myself, to be able for you to know me, and I want to promise that given this chance, I will do my work diligently. I will work for our county. I will work for the people of Uasin Gishu. And I want to promise that each and every time I want to make any decision, I will consult from my seniors and even to the juniors. I will even consult with the assembly so that we move together. So I want to say, to ask this panel to consider me in this opportunity, because my passion is to serve humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are really happy to have you here for 1 hour and something. May God bless you so much. We've heard your prayers, and I believe as we pray, God will help you through, and then you become our CEO of this department. You've answered well. We feel happy the way you've been answering, and nataka ujisikie nyumbani. Nimpe mwenzangu wa culture aseme jambo, kisha niseme jambo, tuweze kumaliza mambo haya.
Sina mengi, nataka niseme ni kushukuru kwa yale mazungumzo yote yameendelea siku ya leo, na natumai kuenda mbele tufanye kazi pamoja kwa minajili ya Uasin Gishu County hii, and wish you well.
Thank you so much and be blessed.
Nakushukuru pia vile mwenzangu amesema co-chair wa culture, mimi wa gender, sema asante. Hapa tuna motion ambayo tulipitisha ya kusaidia wenzetu wa Kenya ambayo pengine lugha ambayo huwa inatumika wanaitwa wenda wazimu. Lakini hiyo sio lugha ambayo inatakana kutumika. Hawa ni wenzetu ambaye wana ugonjwa ambao wanawasumbua. Na wanahitajika kutolewa kutoka kwa streets, wawekwe mahali, waliishwe vizuri na watibiwe kama Wakenya wengine. Nafikiri utaenda kufikiria juu ya hayo na tuweze kusaidiana. Kwa hivyo tunakutakia mema tunapomaliza siku ya leo, na usiondoke, tunakukaribisha kwa chakula chetu cha mchana. Tule pamoja na Mungu aweze kukubariki. Otherwise, honorable members, you will remain a bit as our Sergeant at Arms guides her to our place, and then she gets lunch. So tutakutana. God bless you so much.
Asante.
Thank you. This committee stands adjourned until next time. God bless you so much.